Good afternoon, beautiful spirit. Welcome back to the channel. Abel Om here with Abel Spirit to Me, and I am Abel. Om Soham Hansaha Swaha. I am breathing spirit, child of God. That I am that. I surrender. A big welcome to everyone. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Today is a quick video. I want to talk about a practice that came from Hawaii called Ho'oponopono. And in the second book, I go into this detail very clearly, but it is a practice of forgiveness and reconciliation. And one of the biggest parts of this journey that we're all on right now is basically healing issues from our experiences growing up. And we've all hurt others, and we've all been hurt by others. But getting those issues resolved emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally is a very important part of adding energy to our energy bodies, our spirit body, whatever you want to call it. So, Ho'oponopono, there are a few steps to it, and I'm going to go over it in this video because I want you guys to realize that some of the biggest problems you're having right now are due to these unresolved conflicts that you have from your experience in life so far, the ego. So you are the spirit, the soul inside the physical body, and the physical body has a mind that judges things. And anyone who hurts you, you have judgment against them. Anyone you hurt, you feel guilt. So we're going to try to reconcile some of those issues that you are dealing with, and I'm dealing with it too. It's a lot to talk about, which is why we made a whole book about it. But let's talk about the process, Ho'oponopono. So the first thing you want to do is heal your own judgments of yourself, okay? So you're going to say this. And I'm going to read this to you, okay? So if I'm looking off into space, that's why. So the first thing you have to do, you really have to talk to yourself and say this. Say, I am sorry for thinking that I deserved to suffer or thinking that I am better than anyone else. I have realized the wrongdoings that I have done to others in the past, and I have learned from these experiences not to repeat them. I am grateful for this realization because it has helped me to evolve as a spirit. I can now move forward without guilt or self-judgment for the past. I love who I am. So the first step in this Ho'oponopono, and I should say this is a revised version because I take several practices from different sources and I come up with one that works best for me. So, once again, you have to forgive yourself first. You have to forgive yourself for feeling like you were abused or that it was your fault or any sort of negativity involved in you hurting others or others hurting you. It was all subconscious on both sides, so you have to forgive yourself first. Now, the second step is very, very, very difficult, which is why it's very, very, very healing. And it's one of the most important things you can do on this journey. The second step is writing on a piece of paper from as soon as you can remember in your entire life. Maybe you were 4 years old, maybe you were only 3 years old. The first time someone hurt you in any way. They hurt your feelings, physical, emotional, whatever. And also anyone who you've hurt, physical, emotional, or whatever. Start at the very beginning as you can. Take your time doing this. Think back as far as you can and go through your entire life every single year, writing down all the things you can remember that hurt you and that you hurt. All those people who hurt you and people that you hurt, write them all down. It's very important to do this. So take your time, don't rush it, try to remember everybody. And the more people you remember, the less work you have later. So just try to do it, okay? So after you do that, the next step is this. So you see this other person in your mind after you've hurt them or they've hurt you. And you say to them, I understand that if you hurt them, this is what you say. I understand that the things that I did were wrong, whether those things were conscious, unconscious, intentional, or unintentional. I am sorry for what I did. Please forgive me. I am grateful for the lessons that I learned and the growth it has given me. I love you as a being who is exactly the same as me deep inside. So basically, they are a spirit just like you, and depending on your beliefs, might even be you in another lifetime. But you have to give them your forgiveness for hurting you. I'm sorry. If you hurt them, you have to apologize for hurting them, even if you think that they deserved it. You have to come to the point in your life where you feel bad for hurting others, and ask for forgiveness. Now, in your mind, you see them accepting your apology and forgiving you. Now, there might be some people in your mind that you do not want to apologize to. And that is something that you're going to come to on your own time. I'm not going to tell you should apologize to everyone at the same time. But there are people who you feel guilty for hurting in your mind, and you're ready to apologize, and there are those who are not. So just work at it one step at a time. Now, the next step is the opposite. You're going to see people who hurt you. And you want to see them, imagine them as clearly as possible with all your judgments and anger and hate. Imagine them saying to you the same thing. Once again, they are saying, I understand the things I did were wrong. Whether those things were conscious, unconscious, intentional, or unintentional. I'm sorry for what I did. Please forgive me. I am grateful for the lessons that I learned and the growth it has given me. I love you as a being who is exactly the same as me deep inside. See this other person who hurt you saying those words to you. And if you can, tell them that you forgive them. And you have also learned from the experience. So the third eye perspective is learning to be grateful for every experience, because there are good experiences and bad experiences according to the ego, but they have taught you, they have molded you, they've made you wiser and smarter and stronger. And it's a very difficult concept to come to, but it is very freeing, liberating when you actually do this practice. So that is both sides of the coin. You forgive yourself, first of all, for feeling like you were hurt or that you deserve to be hurt, or for hurting others. Second, you ask for forgiveness for those who you have hurt. And third, you see those people who hurt you, ask for forgiveness, and you forgive them. And once again, you might not be ready to forgive everybody, and you might not be ready to ask for forgiveness from everybody. But it is a very important practice. It seals holes in your energy body. You could say very much accurately that you are sealing karma. You are undoing karma in this practice. And some people could call it shadow work as well. This is the essence of shadow work, at least one big part of it. Okay, guys, that is all I have today. A very important practice that you should try. The reason I'm bringing this up is because it's in the new book, and today, out of the blue, something that I thought I had resolved came back in my head again. And, of course, you got to practice what you preach. I had to do this practice and forgive somebody who hurt me. And, yeah, it was my choice to be hurt. But if you don't deal with it, you just push it down and say, oh, you shouldn't have been hurt. You're not really dealing with it. You have to deal with it in order to move on. And every time it comes up, which will come up on a regular basis, random people who you thought you had forgiven and gotten over, you have to do it again. Random people who you feel guilty for hurting, you thought you got over, you have to do it again. This practice, the one with the list with all the people, is a really deep cleanse. It's life-changing. But after that, maintaining is remembering. You're going to randomly have people pop in your head that you still have resentment toward or you still feel guilty about, and you have to do this practice again, ongoing. This is one of the most important ways to keep your vibration high and to stay in the present moment. Okay, you guys, that is all for this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, comment, or email me at rectorarondale@gmail.com. Be well, you guys. You know I will. Thank you. Bye.